Guys, today is Wednesday, January 21st, 2026. It's currently like 5:50 in the morning. It was Friday. I'm kind of bummed out, but I'm also kind of living in a little bit of a glee moment. So, I'm a little bit bummed out. The new camera I ordered I ordered the DJI Osmo Nano for another channel I'm going to be doing that probably isn't going to take off either. Um, didn't arrive today. Somehow, for some reason, some way, it got delayed. It's supposed to be delivered today. So hopefully, when I wake up here in a couple hours, when I say a couple hours, hopefully, like give or take 8, it'll be here. Um, but yeah, nonetheless, that was my gloomy news. I was kind of bummed out about that because I was hoping to get that set up today and kind of figured out instead of doing it tomorrow when I got to go to the gym, got to do laundry and all this. But in the midst of it, doing the laundry, I guess I can just kind of relax, figure it out. Um, but yeah, nonetheless, it was a good day as well. It was bittersweet. Um, Cardio Bunny was there. I don't know when she showed up or if she was there before I got there. I don't know. The place was crowded and my anxiety was going through the roof. And it stayed crowded a lot longer than I anticipated. And it kind of drove me nuts. So, anyways, before I get into that whole story, I worked on abs. I didn't finish abs, which annoyed the shit out of me because I couldn't. Or I could have. But what the exercises I wanted to do were the machines were in use. So I basically did my knee ups. Well, it went from knee ups to pull ups to tricep dips. And I did 3 sets of those straight to the oblique machine. That's when I noticed she was there. I had turned around and, well, I hadn't turned around because the the, the machine faces towards the windows, even though it's in the back of the building. And I hate to say this, I absolutely do. And it makes me feel and probably sound a lot like a creeper, but I recognize your butt. That was the first thing I saw, and I looked up and I saw her headphones, and I was like, "Oh, she is here. Oh, all is well." But the fact that that was the first thing I recognized makes me feel, and probably does sound like a creeper. Um, but yeah. But then immediately after that, I moved over to the App Crunch machine, which is in the front of the windows. Excuse me. And then proceeded to try to take most of my time over and hang out in in the main lifting area of the gym, which includes Smith machines, the cable lat machines, that area. I ended up doing my bench press, my lat pull downs, or my bench presses, my incline and regular, which I'm proud about because I'm doing 155. I kind of backed off 10 pounds and just kind of flexed on that. And then I kind of just was hanging out over there for a minute. I used the ISO shoulder press, which it's another funny story. I was talking with my buddy M, who works in the mornings. And I was complaining about how like on the ones I call the beginner shit. It's over at the windows and everything. I'm doing like 100 pounds on that for the shoulder press, and I was so annoyed that I'm now over at the big the big boy ones, as I like to call it, and I'm doing 60, and I'm like couldn't figure. I don't know why I couldn't figure out the life of me, um, what was going on. Turns out each hand is up independently weighed, so it's like I'm doing 60 to 70, almost 80 for each arm, and I'm like, No wonder. No wonder I'm doing lighter weights on this because I was saying it to him, and the more I was talking, I was like, it's got two weight sides instead of the one. That's what's going on. I'm an idiot. So, anyways, I hit some PRs on that, and I was feeling pretty good. And I know she noticed me because before I went over to the isolat machine, I was doing single-handed rows and my V-grip rows on the cable row machine, which works the lats. And then I switched over and was doing single-hand pull downs. What did I do? And regular lat pull downs right next to it. And then I went over to the ISO machine where I was absolutely burning up. Now, mind you, I don't have it here, and I'm not in my workout shirt. I'm usually got my hood up with my hat down all the way down. And this is the part that just made my night. Absolutely made it. I hadn't sat up yet, but I had taken my hat off and put my headphones on. I hadn't even put my hood on because I'm burning up. And like I attempted to do on the ISO bench press machine. I don't know what the hell, I can't remember what the hell it's called. Basically, you're on your back, you're pushing, it works your triceps, your biceps, and your pecs. And I was trying to do 83, and I was having trouble lifting for whatever reason because I was doing that the other day. But anyways, I was like, let's just drop 5 pounds because I can barely move it up, but I can, which means it's probably too heavy for me, and probably because I was fatigued. But anyways, I had my hood off and everything, and just my headphones on. And at this point, I realized she knew where I was because she was still on the treadmill, and 45 minutes to an hour had passed. I get up to change the weights, and I look out, I kind of like glanced at her direction as I'm like moving around as I always am. And just, I could see she's just got this big old grin. I'm like, oh, so she's happy she actually got to see the full face instead of me just dying over here. So, I don't know, it was really interesting. I think, and I was trying to do a set or do a goal, which I didn't get to complete last night, and kind of upset me. I was trying to do 15 sets per muscle group, and it just kept failing. I ended up doing weighted crunches and Russian twists to almost meet my goal. I met 12 on that. I was so close to being done. It wasn't even funny. And that was without hitting legs. So it was like 100 and something thousand pounds. And I was feeling pretty good, you know. But by the time I was almost done, that was before I hit the Russian twists. I'm not exactly sure what she was doing over there. I can't remember off the top of my head. I just know at one point she was doing shoulder presses. I think that's when I came up to the pec deck machine. And the first exercise I started doing, is when I noticed she was kind of looking over. And I wasn't really, I was just off in my own little world as I always am. So I always have the hood up. And I'm just like, I'm going to town with my music, just kind of lip syncing to it, just having fun. And I could tell she was kind of paying attention, and I'm just like moving equipment around, checking my phone because I didn't have a set routine I was doing last night, but I was doing a routine. Um, it was kind of all over the map as I was waiting for people to fucking leave, and then I just got fed up because there was too many people and I left. Um, but I could tell she was kind of paying attention a little bit and to me, and I'm just like off in my own little world, just doing things, just checking. I mean, just doing me things, and I'm kind of just wanted to be like, "Sup," and just kind of go to town because for whatever reason she pays attention to me. I have a feeling the gym crush is mutual, or she's just trying to figure out what the hell is up with me. I have no clue at this point, and I just kind of want to walk up to her one of these days, go, "So I've noticed this. I don't pay attention. I try not to make no mind of it because To me, she's absolutely beautiful, absolutely gorgeous. She's then physically, because unfortunately I have to be a creeper in that aspect because that's about the only thing I know of her. Is she is absolutely physically beautiful. And then there's me, just probably a train wreck. And she may think the same thing. Like, although she had met me a year ago, completely different story. You know, beer belly out of nowhere. I can't even do it anymore. Out of nowhere, saggy man boobs and just general malaise of. Eh. But now, like 9 months worth of work, I feel pretty good about my physique. Although there are areas that I absolutely don't like, and it is what it is. But yeah, one of these days I should just talk to her and be like, "So I've noticed this going on between the both of us. I don't didn't want to do it, and I still don't want to do it because I didn't want to come off as a weird creep. Just in case I'm actually misreading this, but I have noticed you are paying a lot of attention to me, more so than most people, because I don't have an inferiority complex. I have more of, well, I do and I don't. There are days I'm feeling great about myself, that I'm feeling awesome, that I feel better than somebody else, that I look better than somebody else. But then there's other days where I'm just like, I'm a piece of crap, you know. But most days I feel like a piece of crap, and I constantly am pushing myself to do more, do more, do more with my workouts because I want to. I'm chasing to feel better about how I look. But it also could be the confidence I exude. Because I'm just like off in my own world. It looks like I know what I'm doing, but I also come from a world of fake it till you make it. I'm kind of faking it. I'm kind of making it. So I don't know. I'd like to get to know her. At the very least, be Facebook friends or something. But she oddly looks a lot like one of the security guards that we used to have at my work, but not at the same time. I don't know. It's weird. But I also feel like from the glimpse I get of her, I am significantly older than her. And maybe she likes that. I don't know. I mean, I have white hairs in my beard. I have white hair in my hair. And it's not just from him. Like, it grows now. So, but anyways, I don't know. I I'm tired. I'm gonna upload this and I'm gonna lay in bed. Hopefully, be in bed asleep in an hour. I don't know. It's like I've been talking for 10 minutes because it's like 6 o'clock now. So yeah, 13 minutes, whatever. So yeah, I shall catch y'all tomorrow, I guess. Later. GoPro, stop recording.